So, hello everybody. There is some practical things about what's going on, what will be going on. There's some people are asking for it. There was a mistake on my website about the one-to-one meetings. There's a possibility to phone me just for a short phone call. You can call me, and I don't charge for that. It's just we can have a chat. And then if you want a longer chat, we can do it on the one-to-one on the Zoom like this, and then you can write me an email and we set a date and a time, and then we'll see when it will happen. And there will be a live meeting in Sacramento. So that will be near Sacramento in Folsom in California. It's the 1 till 3 December. So if you are near there or you want to come, you're very welcome. It's the whole weekend, or you can come for a day, what you want. And there will be a meeting in New York, but that's in April. That's 5 till 7 April. So people around there are very much welcome to come to New York. And there will be a residential in the south of Germany. So that will be 12 till 16 June. So it's already open to book. There are a few people already booked. So if you want to come, then you can see on my website, and you could see in the booking form how the cost of the rooms and everything. Okay. And there will be a meeting in Vietnam, also a week, but that's still not yet. The booking form is not yet finished, but you can look about the place that we are going to. Okay. So this is a meeting about non-duality. Non-duality. A lot of people, when I'm talking about that, don't know the word. Doesn't matter. It's about one. When there's me and I'm here and this is my life, there's always thinking in two, like good and bad and right and wrong and here and there, just living in time and distance. Everything seems real and solid, and everything seems to happen to you, and circumstances seems to happen to you. They're my feelings, my thoughts. They happen to you or in you. It seems like that. And there's this meeting and they're saying, no, there's only one. So there's no me. There's no me. There's nothing inside. It's empty. And everything is an appearance. So nothing is real. Only there's an apparent real. It's see, like tables and bodies and streets and glasses. Nothing is real. It seems to be solid, but it's an apparent happening. So there's only one. And there's no time and no distance. When there's no time, there's also not only like no Tuesday or 7 o'clock. It's also there's no before and no after. So when there's no before and no after, there are no consequences. There's no past. There's nothing happened before. We are so into, this is my story, there was a beginning and there's an end, and they're remembering to be born, and maybe people die. So when it's very convincing that there's my life and other people's lives, with birth and death and circumstances, and seems to be a world around. And then there's this, it's completely out of the story. There's no story. There's no world. It's a dream. There's a dream of me going on, like there's a world, there's behind. The brain can abstract and can assume that there's something behind. There's nothing behind. When there's this, it's only this. It's this room, you could say. That's it. Maybe a feeling is there. Not my feeling. It's somewhere in space. A feeling can be there. Tension or the table. And it's not about me. There's no me, there's no you. But also the body isn't real. that seems so solid and normal and continuation. There's a continuation in what's going on in my life. I'm always there, children, husbands. And then there's this saying, no, there's no continuation. There's this, and it can be a table or a feeling. It's not happening to someone. It's apparently happening. There's no story. There's no after or before. It's this. Oh, John was out. Wait a moment. There's something going not right. Wait. Oh, ja. Ik zal je even co-host. Oh, wait a moment. There's some technical problems. Oh my God. Wait. More co-host. Yeah. So I don't know what I was saying. It doesn't matter. When they're sitting here, and before the meeting, you could say it's just a story, but then there's not knowing what to say. This is not about knowing everything or being a wisdom. There's a wisdom or something like that, or there's a knowing about how life is going or how that's working, or that's a knowing that there's no me. Everything is lost. So there's nothing happening. There's no Roes, there's nothing. And it can be suddenly speaking or a response. And that's already what's going on. So there's no difference between there seems to be a me and no me. There's already no me. There can be a belief and an really embodied belief that there's me and my life. But it doesn't mean that everything what's happening is different. It's what's happening. And on top of that, there seems to be an idea or a belief about what's going on, and an interpretation or an idea or information, or maybe a knowing that I'm not there, but, or anything. So there's no change. When there's suddenly that whole construct, that survival system isn't arising anymore, then there's no difference, because that what's happening is already happening. Even when there seems to happen a lot of thoughts about I'm here and I have a choice and all that, then those thoughts are what's happening. It's life too. There's nothing that isn't it. So it doesn't matter if there are thoughts or no thoughts. There can be thoughts or feelings or tension or the table. It's what's happening. That's already what's going on. So it can't be wrong. There's no development. There's no need for development. There's no need for finally losing the me or something like that, because it's already like that. There can be a belief, it's not, but that's only a belief, that's not. Yeah, that can be there. Thoughts can be there. It doesn't matter. But for me, for when there's a feeling like I'm here, there can be a feeling of I'm not good enough, and there's missing something. And that's not only an idea, but that can be very strong. That goes on, a drive to find and what's going on, to find out what's going on, or to lose those trouble and problems. Get rid of that. And it seems maybe in these meetings that there's something going on like, oh, there are no problems anymore. So maybe I want that, because I don't need, I'm sick of all those problems. So I'm going to these meetings maybe to finally reach that, or finally get clear about what's going on. The strange thing is, and that's completely different as what the brain is used to. It's not about gaining or an insight or being clear or suddenly a knowing. It's about loss. It's about loss of all those beliefs and concepts. But you can't do loss. There's no one doing that. That suddenly, when it's not confirmed, it suddenly can be like, oh, it's not like that. Oh, yeah, of course. And it can be so clear that, oh, how could I believe that? And that's how it goes. It can go like that. So in these meetings, it can be like there can be some concepts or beliefs are not that strong anymore. Or it can be really like, I'm there and it's getting stronger, and there can be much more tension, or there can be a relief or a fear. Anything can happen. And nothing is right or wrong. There's no development. There's no need for development because there's no one. No, there's only one. There's no individual. So there's only what's happening. And that what's happening is already the case. So that's complete. Like it is. It's exactly like it is. So that how it's looking, how the face is looking, how the computer is going, it's everything. Doesn't mean it's nice or not nice. This is not a meeting of how to live your life in a more free way or things like that. There's no one to have a life. There's only life happening, and that's everything. It's everything. It's like a glass or a table or a body, streets, a feeling, thoughts. Doesn't matter what it is. It's everything. And it can't be wrong. It's what it is. Doesn't have any meaning. There's no purpose. There's no purpose in these meetings. It doesn't matter if it's heard or not heard. It doesn't matter because what's happening is it. So there are no silly questions, or there's not too many questions. It's how it's going when there's suddenly going a question and again, maybe about the same. It doesn't matter. That's what's going on. There's nothing wrong. It can't be wrong. That's huge. Because that when there's me, there's always something going on, like how to behave and how to deal. This is better than that. And then there's hearing this, like there's nothing right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. There's only one. It's a construct that it seems like when there's two, there seems to be this is better than that. Because when there's me, there's also a focus on how to feel good about myself, or how to feel good and away from pain or wrong feelings, awful feelings. It's what it is. In that sense, it's neutral, but it's in the same time full on, and it's everything. So it can be strong or subtle. And it's not about me or about you. Life isn't seeing someone or an individual. It's everything. So there's tables and a body. But nothing is more important than anything else. So we can talk about that. And we see what happens. And maybe there are questions. Maybe there's nothing to be said. You can write it down, or you can unmute yourself and say something, or nothing. When they're talking, it's not assuming that there are other people. They're seeing the screen, seeing names there. It's that. There's only talking. There's not talking to someone. There's talking and then seeing a screen, seeing names. That's everything. Doesn't go anywhere. Doesn't need to, because that's what's happening. There's nowhere to go. This is it already. Very subtle, very normal, sitting or moving a hand or drinking, table. A lot of thoughts, maybe, thinking. There's a story going on. Can be. There's nothing wrong with the story, being the story. When there's a lot of thoughts about the story and that goes on and there seems to be problems and something not right or something, that can happen, of course. Nothing is wrong with that. And there can be questions about that too. Or not. Ah, yeah. Hi, Rose. How it is for you that no one has the camera on? Is the meeting then less pleasurable for you, or doesn't it make a difference? No, it's funny. That's no different at all. No, I'm not talking to someone. It's you can see faces. It's nice to see faces, but it's a bit, it's funny to see only names and assuming maybe that there's someone at the back of there can be a body or not. It's but that's what I was talking about. There's only those names, and there seems to be talking, and we assume that all those names, there's when the camera is on, there will be someone there. I don't know. So there's only talking. That's very obvious. It's only talking and it's going nowhere. It's not talking to someone. So there's that screen. If that body is moving or there's only those letters, that's what's happening. Yeah. Maybe it's different, but it's not better or more pleasant or something like that. No, it's different. Yeah. Well, that's it. Oh. That's a question. Hi, Rose. Why do you often say it's one and not it's not two? I know there's no why, but maybe you can talk about it. Oh, I don't know. It's one. It's one. There's one energy. So yeah, some people say it's not two. I say it's not. It's one. Yeah. There's nothing, no meaning in that. It's just saying that it's one. It's one energy that seems to be different forms, but it's energetic. So it's an appearance. It's energy. Seeing like chairs and bodies and streets. It's one energy. Yeah. So not two seems a bit like knowing. I don't know. For me, it's maybe different for everybody to say it, but for me, it's, yeah, I don't know. One, for my mind, has spiritual connotations like oneness. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that can be. That can be like, oh, there's only oneness, that's only love and all that. Yeah, there can be an association with that. But that's not what I mean. It's one energy. It's one in, yeah. It's energy. It's one energy. It's, yeah. It's how it comes out. I don't know why. Exactly. But of course, all preferences are habit. There can be there can be with everything. There can be an association with what's hurt before, and there can be a spiritual thing about also saying when there's using God or love or all those words. There are a lot of concepts and about that. Yeah. But it's very literally. The talking here is very literally. There's no meaning in it. It doesn't matter if you understand it or if it's confusing. Yeah, it's what's coming. It's not Roes trying to make it clear. No, that's what's coming. So, yeah. There's an other chat. Yesterday I made a walk with a girlfriend and then there was talking in the story. Later it was talking about problems. She has done some family constellation and now their son was trying to change the energy of him. When people are not into this message, it's difficult to say there's no problem. No, but why should you? I don't know. Doesn't matter. If people seeing it as a problem, then they're seeing it as a problem. Yeah. There's no need for help or making things clear. That seems like this is the right answer and this is not that. No, there's nothing wrong with seeing that there's a problem. Then that's what's happening. Yeah. And there can be a response. I don't know. There can be a response. Can be anything. It's energetic. There's no way of, this is not a way of living or dealing with what's being said or something like that. There can be a response and there can be saying something about it or not, or that's it. There's nothing wrong with anything. People doing family constellation, then that's what's happening. It's an idea about what's going on. They're sitting and talking and there's an idea about, I'm talking about my family. Yeah, so what? It's going nowhere, but if there's a belief it's going somewhere, then that belief is there, or those thoughts can be there. It's energetic. There's no one, so no one's doing that. So there's no one. The response is also from no one. It's energy. It's going, like people and bodies like that. No, it's not people. Bodies and sitting or walking and saying something. Nothing has any meaning, but believing there's a meaning in everything and this is important and that can happen. Noticed. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There can be saying like it's a misunderstanding, but there's no need to say that. There can be a saying that or not. Maybe it's coming or not. Doesn't matter. It's going nowhere, so it doesn't matter what's happening. It's everything. It's everything. And there's somebody saying to a friend, there's no problem, or applying this message in a way, saying you have a problem with someone having a problem. Yeah, but when there's trying to understand this message, there's no one and there are no problems and this is free, there's already freedom. And there's only somewhere there's an understanding. And there, it's not saying that you have that, but there's only an understanding. And then there's still me going on. There's trying to feel like this is the right way. This is not the right way. There's nothing to do with that. And that's strange because we are so into, yeah, but this is, yeah, I can't hear something else. This is what feels right for me. But there's no right. There's also no wrong. But that's so embodied. There's such a deep feeling of there's subtly something right and something wrong, and I'm on the right path or something like that. When there's me, it cannot be without that. There's always a subtle separation and feeling there's something better or worse. Losing everything, then suddenly, oh, there's no right and wrong, but it's not known, it's lived in a way, you could say that. I don't know, something else. It's like that. It's not seeing right and wrong anymore. It's obvious. Yeah. And it's impossible to apply. You cannot say, because there's so many books already. I a long time ago, I was reading, like 20, 30 years ago, reading the book, I'm okay, you're okay. Of course, everybody knows in a way, but still there's something going on, like this is better than that. Yeah. So that's that construct that's so embodied and seems to be in the world of me. It seems like that's the way how it's going. And then suddenly that's all lost. Those ideas about this is right and wrong. So, there's no escape from anything. It's not beautiful. It's what it is. It's not about knowing or wisdom or being clear. Can be, but doesn't need to be. There's only not knowing. There's not knowing. It's like childlikeness. It's like little children, just it's already like that, but we think we do it and we have the right way and thinking about it and looking at ourselves and looking at other people maybe also like, oh God, how can you say that? Yeah. I went to bed at 5:00. Okay. Yeah. I've been listening to this message for a few years and it's always different. I thought it's the same. Yeah, that's it. There can be an understanding and then they're subtly making it into something. And can be so subtle and yeah. And then you think, yeah, now I understand. And then there's an answer. You think you know what the answer will be and it's different. You're like, oh yeah. And there's so many concepts also about this, of course, and beliefs. Yeah. You can't take it home. You can't do anything with it. It's underneath, it's energetic. So there's no one. And there can be a trying to understand or doing something with it. It's in the story. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how it's going. That's what's happening. It's energetic, so strong. Yeah, it's new. It's only new. So how can you understand? How can you know? It's new. There's no before or after. It's new. Oh, it's new. Oh, new. Like that. This thought comes up. Rose is free from separation. No. The illusion of me. But here still is a center. There's a belief of separation. And this difference is very annoying for me, for the me. And the searching energy comes out to reach where you, Rose, are. Oh, God. Even there is an understanding that everything is okay as it is, as it happens. Even that I see that there's no me to change anything. This is crazy. Yeah. And when there's me, and I'm an individual and maybe not using those words, but somewhere it's like there's some me going on. Then they're seeing somebody else also as me, or Rose as like there's Rose, and then inside there's no me anymore, or something like that. I don't know. It's not like that. There is no Rose. It's everything is lost, everything. So that's not, there's this body, real body, and there's no one inside. No, the body isn't real. That never was real. So it's completely in pieces. No, not in pieces, but there's nothing left. So there can be that face or a chair, but there's no life of Rose. There's no life of somebody else. There's only life happening. There's already only life happening, and that can be a table or a body, but nothing is real. It's an appearance. So there's no difference. There's no Rose or somebody else that isn't that far or something that didn't happen to, or whatever you think. It's the same. It's the same. And there can be a belief that it's not, and that there's a difference, and then there feels like there's a center. Maybe there's some tension somewhere in the head or somewhere, and it feels like this is the center. Now it's only tension can happen here too. There's tension happening. It has nothing to do with me. Tension can happen somewhere, and the body isn't. There's no borders. There are no borders. So there can be tension or feelings somewhere. It's not yours. So there's no you. There's one. It's one already. There's no individuals, no separation. It's a misunderstanding, but it's so embodied. So there's like a searching going on, but that energy can be very strong. But it doesn't have any meaning. It's also not wrong. It's that searching or that energy or not being satisfied. This is not about understand. It doesn't matter if you understand what's being said here. It doesn't matter. It's underneath. There can be a resonance, or there can be a hearing, but it's not by someone. This is killing concepts or maybe beliefs like that. Not Rose is doing that. It's like in that talking underneath that. There's that in those meetings where there's not recognized that there's someone or not confirmed, then there can be a falling away or a falling apart of concepts, beliefs in these meetings, or not, can be even more stronger. It's so different. It's energetic, so I don't know what's going on. I don't care what's going on because it doesn't matter. That what's going on, what seems to happen. There can be a lot of thoughts, giving meaning of those thoughts. Then that's what's happening. It's energetic. So that's life going on like that. Nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong already. Oh. There's somebody asking, is there no one in the body? No, there's the body isn't real. So there's no one, because nothing is real. So where is that one? It's the brain can abstract and can assume that there's someone inside with a free will and choice, and because it feels like everything is real and this is my life and I have to deal with everything, so I have a free will and choice to make it happen, and maybe there's control. But it's a dream. It's a dream. It's an abstraction of what's going on, and it's very literally. It's what it is. It's going nowhere. There's no life of. There's no world. That's information and making images of what's going on, or seeing some images or films on TV, and assuming that there's another country with everything what's going on. That's on top of that. No, there's only that film and that's it. And after that, there's this room. This is everything. And it's an appearance. So the body is also not real. Nothing is real. It's an appearance. There's no wrong and no right. That's huge. Because everything in the world seems to be, when there's me and my life, it seems to, this is better than that. And because it's so focused on feeling good about myself or about what am I doing. And when that's not feeling good, or it's not working, or all that the way you think it should be, then it's wrong. It can't be wrong. It's what's happening. It's very neutral in that sense. There's no meaning in anything. There's no meaning. Wow, that's also huge, because in the world of me, everything has meaning and importance because it's about me. There's no me. There's no individual. It's what's happening by itself. It's going. There's no control also. No. Don't need to. It's mm. Okay, there seems to be a paradox of everything is real and unreal, and there's no you. Could you say something about that? A paradox of everything is real and unreal, and there's no you. I don't see the paradox, I think. There's no you, there's no me, and nothing is real. Everything, no, it's not everything. Oh no, I read it. Everything is real and unreal. No, I'm not saying everything is real and unreal. Nothing is real. It's only, and there's, in the same time, you could say, it's apparently real. There's no one. There's no one. It's empty. Everything is empty and apparently full, like streets and feelings and words, speaking. So nothing is real. It's not real and unreal. It's nothing is real, and there's nothing happening, and it's and in the same time, but I don't know how to say it differently. It's together. There's apparently happening everything, like chairs or sitting. There's pain. That was the first one that came here that became so apparent, like so obvious, like, oh, there's pain and there's no pain. There's apparent pain and there's nothing happening. What is that? Yeah, it was so clear, but how is that? I was always thinking it's real and then maybe there's something else too, but no, it's apparently pain and there's nothing. God, how can you explain that? You can't. You can't make an image of that. That's so outside of the normal way of thinking about everything is real, or maybe there's something real and also unreal. But there's everything is real and solid in a way. No, nothing is real. It's apparently real, or not. There's nothing, and there's nothing. And this is not sudden like, oh, it's like that. It's when there's something. There are a lot of ideas about how everything is going and the table is real or something like that. And suddenly that concept or belief, it's not that strong anymore, or maybe is like falling into pieces. And then suddenly like, oh my God, it's, huh? No, it's not real. Oh, I didn't see that at all. But yeah, of course. Something like that. So it has nothing to do with knowing or an insight. Mm. It seems like falling in love with this message. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a falling in love. It's that. Yeah, it's that's what it's unconditional love. Everything is that. Everything is unconditional love. It's unconditional. So there's nothing more important than something else. That's love. That's really, and it doesn't matter what it is. That's so strange. It can be a chair. Yeah. There was, I was suddenly remembering, silly, but I was, suddenly there was that opening that was a long time ago, like an awakening for a while. And then there was cleaning the fridge, and it was like washing a baby. It was that, wow, God, subtle and loving. Yeah. And unconditional. It doesn't matter what it is. It's dancing with the door. It can be anything. But it's love. Doesn't mean you like it. That's something else. But it's unconditional love. Thanks. Mm. And that's the loss. That's feeling like, oh my God, what's going on? And suddenly like falling into love. And it's like, oh my God, yeah. Oh, it's completely different. How could I not see that? But of course you can't see it, because when there's someone and going and looking for it, it's something else. It seems always like it's something else. It's somewhere else. It can't be this. Mm. You cannot do that. It's energetic. You don't need to do that, because that what's happening is already that unconditional love. Doesn't matter what it is. Can be a lot of thoughts about, I can't see that, it's crazy. Then those thoughts are it too. Yeah. Hmm. Could you say there's no difference with dreaming at night, but this feels more real? No, no, but this is also not real. Yeah. It was so sure that when in the morning you wake up and everything is real and solid and I'm there, it's a story. No, in that sense, it's the same. It's an appearance and nothing is happening. Yeah, it's also a dream that there's something going on and it's happening to me and all that. No, there's no control. So, no, there's no one. That belief that this is real and solid and circumstances are real. We're so used to that and it's so embodied. So that's most of the time it's not even questioned. And then there's these meetings or other meetings also, of course. And then it's questioned like everything is it's not real. Huh? How is that? That's a belief. It's so embodied. And then it's shaken, or it's not that confirmed. Oh, yeah. What does music have to do with this? There can be music, yeah? There can be music. Or a watch. Yeah. What me does is making some things more important and more special and more touching and more giving me hope or anything. It's making something into something. We see it as something, and that does something to me, gives a feeling or a certain emotion or things like that. It's thinking that all things and that's real, and that's something like music, for example, and that's doing something with me because there's an emotion or a feeling good or something like that, or sad maybe. And it's because of that music. It's the whole story again about something is happening to me, and that's because of that music I'm feeling like this. And then there's this message suggesting that nothing is happening because of anything. It's what's happening. There's no cause and effect. It's only this, and that's it. There's no before. There's no after. There's no time. So there's no before or after or consequences or cause and effect. And nothing is real. So music can happen or something else. And there can be feelings. That's it. It's that. That's what's happening, apparently. Nothing is more important than anything else. There can be feelings, good feeling, how you call it, a good feeling like that. And that's it. It's not better or worse than feeling like that. It's what's happening. When there's me, there's always, most of the time, there's looking at yourself and seeing like, oh, how do I feel? What is going on? Oh, I don't feel, oh, that's because of that. Oh, that makes you good. Oh, I should listen more to that. It's all the time is trying to feel good. It's not you doing that, but that's that energy, that drive, because then everything is seen as two, like, and there's my life and I have to make it work, or I want to feel happy. And that when all those ideas and concepts and beliefs are lost and that drive is lost, then there's only what's happening. That was already the case, but there's no escape anymore, you could say that, maybe. So it's what it is. A feeling can be, not because of anything, a feeling can happen. It's not to me, it's a feeling. Like that, can be. Mm. There's no beginning and no end. No, there's no beginning, there's no time. So when there's me and then there's the story, there's a story in time and distance and here and there, behind and before or something, all that. And time, before and after, in front and all that in distance. And then, no, when there's no time, there's no beginning. There's no end, there's this. It's an appearance, nothing is real. When there seems everything is real, then there seems to be time and a beginning and an end and a story and a history and a future and all that. This is completely another possibility out of the story. It has nothing to do with the story. It's this. Sitting. And refreshing. Oh, yeah. It's very literally and very simple and ordinary. It's that. Yeah, it's a hand, it's a watch, it's a feeling, can be. There's no denying of anything, but it's also not making it into something important or meaningful. No, it's what it is. A tree. Yeah, a tree. Suing. I see somebody. Mm. Yeah. Sometimes the appearance is really stunning. Yeah, can be. Can be. Can be. Oh, what is that? Yeah, anything can be. It's still there. That can be. It's not like all the time, like, oh, no, everything is okay. No, of course not. It's like, look at little children, that small, the child's likeness, wonder. It's like, it's everything. So there can be, oh, wow, oh, wow, anything. Yeah, it's full on. Or tired. And it's not about us. It's about, it's everything. So the table is as important as that feeling. Yeah. So it's not my body. No, there's a body. That it's an appearance, the body. So it's not real. And no, it's not mine because there's no one. There's no one. So that nothing is mine or yours. And it's an appearance. It's not real. We think we have to take care of it and all that. We have to live our lives and do the right thing and all that. When they're seeing that as solid and real, then that whole idea about how to behave and what to do and how to take care and all that. And a lot of ideas about that. And this is right and this is wrong. No, this is right and that is wrong and all that is going on. And wanting, because that's seen like when there's me and the world or other people, that there seems to be something missing. So there's a search going on, like looking for, wow, there can be a missing of feeling like I'm not loved, or there's a missing of, there's poverty and there's, or justice and all, no justice and everything. There's always something going on. And there seems to be something missing and I have to look for it because that may be the end of the problem. And then when it's going all right and seems like, oh, that's the end. And then suddenly there's something else missing. And it seems like, oh, that's not all right yet. And then it's endless. It's never satisfied. Or maybe for a while. So that's the suffering, that it's never enough. There's never, never satisfaction or things like that. Yeah. So there's a looking for that, and then so maybe you're thinking like, oh, but me is the problem. That me that always wants something, that ego or all that. So then there's maybe coming to these meetings and the thinking of there's something missing and there's something not right yet can be in those meetings can be the same. So there's thinking like, oh, Rose has no me and I have a me. So I'm listening to Rose or somebody else who's talking like that. And then maybe that helps to lose the me or lose that thing that's what's the trouble. That's the way the brain and it's used to think. So that's going on. And then this completely not about gaining or insights or knowing. It's about loss. And you can't do loss. You can't do that. You don't need to. And there's no one. So it's already complete, and there's no one who can make it more complete because it's already complete as it is. It's what it is.
Hey, Rose.
Hi, hello.
Yeah, so what happens here is that I'm listening to you and I try to match the experience like helplessly. I'm constantly looking, is what you are talking about my experience? And I cannot confirm it. It's like something, yeah, that's what's going on here. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And then I try to understand what you are saying, but I can't. It's like I tried so much to understand what you are talking about, and I can't. Like but it's a loop. It's a kind of a helpless loop. Yeah.
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 Yeah. And then hearing there's no need to understand, it's
Yeah.
even worse.
Exactly. And then I'm sitting here and looking at the sky and the clouds and the birds outside, and that is then something like soothing and beautiful and like comforting, so to speak. Then I look for something more comforting, so to speak.
Yeah. But it's also what's happening. Looking and seeing the sky, and that's comforting, or it's nice, and there can be also something else that goes on, like, I don't know what you mean by what is my experience. Is what's the feeling or something like that?
Yeah. So it's more like it's like more like, oh yeah, does it so then I'm listening and I'm immediately looking, how is it here? Well, and then something is happening that does not confirm what I think you are saying, right? So, for example, I have like since 20 minutes an intense pain in the neck, like a very intense pain in the neck. And then I feel like a complete resistance to an energetic resistance to even being, so to speak, in this meeting, but I cannot help it. And it's so that's what's, I cannot describe it or explain.
Yeah.
Just
That can happen.
Not even a sharing. It's not even, this is not, I didn't know 5 seconds ago that I would talk to you right now. Like,
yeah. And pain can happen, or during the meeting or some another moment. Pain can happen, and it's not about. We think it's about what is the experience. There can be pain, and maybe what is she saying about it, and is it real? Is the pain real? Do I feel that it's real or not real? I don't know. That it's too complicated in that sense, because it doesn't matter if that's, when there's a feeling of pain, that exactly that feeling is it. How does it matter what's being talked about? That doesn't matter. It's already that feeling, and that's it. And seeing clouds or seeing blue sky, then that's it. That there's no escaping or so. That's also, or there's something like that. Or trying to feel good. Oh, that's making it into something. It's just seeing that sky, and then that's what's going on. And then maybe there's that pain or something else.
Interesting. Like now, after, so to speak, now talking to you and listening to you, it feels different. It feels different. Then it's more like that the simplicity, that it's more like that the simplicity of this is like paramount, so to speak. Like when you speak now, there is a simplicity and uncomplicatedness in it, and that is then paramount. Yeah.
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 Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Mm. Now, wait, new chats. There's no one, no experiences. Eating chocolate or eating a lemon are different experiences. Could you shed some light into experience, please? When there's no one, there's also no experience. For experience, need two. I'm feeling this. Oh, what is that feeling? When there's it's so difficult to explain to say how it is. It's impossible. There's no one, so there's no experience. There's that feeling, then that's that feeling. There's no experience. There's no one experiencing something. There's feeling. There can be pain. There's pain. Not pain. Rose is feeling pain. No, there's pain. Yeah. It's that simple. So there's no experience. That's lost. That experience is part of me feeling like I am feeling this, and that's my experience. For experience, there's need someone. It's two. I'm experiencing this. There's only this pain, seeing blue sky. That's what's apparently it's happening. And if it's not, and somebody can be saying, yeah, but I see it as real, or I see it not, doesn't matter. The way how it's seen is it. And how can you say it's real or not real? That's what me or that whole construct is busy with trying to do it in the best way, to what is heard like, oh, there's nothing real. Do I see it real or do I not see it real? So what? All those words, what's being said here, can be out of the window. It doesn't matter. That what's going on, that seeing is it. Is already the way it's seeing is it. That's what life is. There's no need to see it in a different way. It's already complete. Mm. All this story about me doing that or feeling that doesn't exist. It's not what mind makes of it. Yeah, the mind of the brain, or that's making it's making something else of what's going on. Yeah. And that seems to be a story because it's living in time and with distance, and it's happening to me. So then the story seems very important to make it right, or wanting, or it's always something else. It can't be this. It's never enough. It's this. That how can it be sitting? Sitting, yeah, sitting, yeah. And now, no, not end. It's that already, and then something else maybe. It's that simple and that tiny, or chair, with no meaning, no continuation, no development. It's that, or a cup of tea.
Hi, Rose.
Hi.
Mm,
Hi. Thank
So,
you for your email. I will send you
yeah,
an email back.
it's good. Yes, what is heard here is this, 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 this. It's just this, and the thought is boundless. This, no edges, no edges to this. No, and this is anything.
It doesn't matter
So
what. Yeah.
maybe it's just an understanding. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's everything. So it's difficult to say because it's everything. So this is more a word, but can be coffee or a hand or a thought or everything. Yeah. And it's empty too. Thoughts are, everything is empty.
Yes, that's it. It
Oh.
feels empty, this. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for your meeting.
Thank you. Here. It definitely helps to have giant fish on the sofa. Giant fish on the sofa? How can we have fish on the sofa? It's awful. Oh God, yes, he is. Oh God, it's sweet. Oh wow.
Yes, the other thought is everything is already it already is as it is, even if it feels real or unreal, it doesn't matter. It's already is as it is. It's like plainly whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is and how it is and how it's thought about it. No.
Yeah.
That's the unconditional part. It's unconditional. That's, it doesn't matter. It's everything. That's so huge. That's, you can't even imagine that because it's, wow. Yeah. And it's already that. And it's not feeling in a certain way because we think love maybe feels in a certain way. It's when it's unconditional, it's not a feeling, it's everything. So it's also the table or anything. That's unconditional love. And that's, yeah, how can you say how it is?
Well, even the feeling of I don't get this or it feels real. It's just what comes up and what appears is just what appears. It's so free, isn't it? It's so free.
Yeah, it's so amazing free.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And it's like saying those words and at the same time there's no need for a proof that what is said is right or wrong. It doesn't matter. It's, oh my gosh, it's so free.
Yeah, there's no approval or all those things or
No, it doesn't need a proof. Like a scientist, you need a proof or proof of identity. It's just so free. It's so random. It's so random as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what is said.
No. What do you say? No. Yeah, but that's it. Yeah.
And a few minutes ago, there was just crying, and it was just washing. Like washing, and it's just crying. Oh wow, it's just so beautiful as well. Anyway.
No.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's happening. Yeah. Oh, Cal said, gotta go. Love. Love to all. Thanks.
Hi again.
Yeah.
Just now, was just wondering how I'm going to get to the residential. You know, will I fly there? Will I drive there? It's like just thinking.
Yeah, there can be both, and you can also go by train. Yeah,
Yes, yes,
you
but
can
it's just
see.
what's arising now. You know, it's like
Yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah.
It's still so random. What comes up is always just.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. The English word random is very good, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's random, and then it's that, and then there's going outside and completely forgetting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. There's so many ideas about thoughts and meaning of the thoughts and importance, and it's random, that thought or that. It's energy. It's energy like something else. Yeah, yeah.
Hi, Rose.
Hi.
Hi. So I was just thinking about like what Catherine said, like it's so amazing how the appearance of me, the apparent me being no different from anything else at all, it just seems to reshuffle the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. That can be. Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah.
It's like
Well,
when me it's no more the center, the whole thing is just totally like reshuffled.
yeah, yeah. It can be like that. Yeah. But in the same time, there's nothing changing because it's already. It's maybe that belief can be so strong, then it's like, oh my god. But you get used to it. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, it's like it's also even. It's like
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Mm.
and yes, you don't know what next thought is gonna be.
No.
Like, the thought comes, oh, but how do I get there?
Uh,
Or the thought comes, oh, but I forgot to do this. But you never know until it happens. So
no.
it just comes out of blue, out of dark, out of nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, those thoughts seems like there's a way or there's you dealing with it, and then, but it's not, and then it's like, oh, it's only a thought, and for the rest, I don't know. Yeah, 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 yeah. And it was already like that. There's never knowing what's happening
Yes,
next or whatever.
exactly.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. It feels like it has a huge effect on the body. You mean this meetings? Yeah, can be. Can be. Yeah. But there can be feelings or there can be a sensation somewhere. That can happen, but it's not yours. So it's that those sensations can happen and all that. And then there's something else, thoughts maybe. Yeah. But in the story, it could say that when there's feeling I'm here, and then there's hearing this and not being recognized as someone and not confirmed and all that. That can be, in that sense, that can be something. It feels like it has an effect like that. Yeah. Can be tiredness. What I remember, there was a tiredness after meetings. So it can be anything. Can be a relief, can be a tension, can be anything. Nothing can be also like that. Yeah. Doesn't need to be an effect on the body. In the story. It's already this. It's already this. It can't be not this. It's everything. So what's apparently is happening is already complete. And if it's clear that it's apparent or it's feeling in a certain way, it doesn't matter how it's felt, then that's what's happening. Closing the computer in a certain way, that's what's happening. So that's the feeling maybe, or the action in that sense. It's everything. It can't be wrong. It can't be not this, because it's everything. Everything is everything. So it's already, it doesn't matter what it is. It can be a tension somewhere, can be a story, living in the story. Then there's a lot of thoughts going on and then that's energetic. That's what's happening. There can be a misunderstanding or living in a dream, yeah, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. It's what's happening. And there can be a feeling of dissatisfaction. Then there's that feeling, that sensation. Then that's what's happening. There's nothing right or wrong with anything with that. It's that, and that's already, so it's everything. It's the way the body is moving, the face is looking, that what's going on, that, and it seems like, oh, looking at this and then not hearing what's being said. It's looking at, seeing that cupboard. So then that's what's happening. It doesn't mean that you have to hear what's being said. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. It's not something, this is better to do than that. It's everything. So when there's falling asleep during the meeting, then that's what's happening. There's no certain way. There's no right behavior. It's everything. There's no right or wrong. There's no one. There's no one. It's empty, and it's life appearing in all that seems to be circumstances and bodies and streets and feelings. It's energetic. It's all energy going. And it seems like there are individuals, and then can we abstract and seeing that there's a story, then that's what's happening. There's nothing wrong or right with anything. Can be a misunderstanding, but it doesn't mean it's wrong. No. And there can be talking in the story, and there can be talking out of the story. Can be confusing, then there's confusion. And that's what's happening. This is not being the truth. This is not right what's being said. It's words coming, and that's what's happening. There's no Roes. There's no one. There's only what's happening. So there can be words speaking. They don't have any meaning. They don't have any purpose or going anywhere. It's just words speaking. It's already this, so there's no need for anything else. Because that, what's happening in the story, like happening next, is it too. So where to go? You can't miss it. You cannot miss it. That's the joy and the freedom. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Great.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you, Catherine. Wait, I stop the recording.